season 2-0 with a pair of thrilling victories. And the Argos, well, they got ball, so they're going to get it first here at Mosaic. Thank you very much for joining us for Friday Night Football. Dustin Nielsen and Luke Wilson with you. We've got Britt Dort with us down on the sidelines here in Regina. And we are ready to get things going. Alex Hale will kick it away to get the party started here in Saskatchewan. This will be taken at the 15-yard line by Grant. Grant picks his way out to the 30, hammered down at about the 31, and that is where we will get our first look of the evening at Chad Kelly. Back-to-back 400-yard games to start the season.
Yeah, he's been a fun watch. The arm strength for me is what jumps off the film. And again, he does everything well. The one thing I think you can criticize him for right now is that he just needs to know when to take the shots. That's something Coach Miller said he's looking at, but he's been awesome, and I know Argo fans are excited.
Starts on his own 31, three options out to his wide side right. And they'll start it on the ground, and here's a big hole for Hicks. Hicks is off to the races midfield. He'll get to the 40, down to the 30. What a start for Toronto. They'll take him down inside the 20. We're talking about Chad Kelly to get it started. How about Sam Hicks?
Yeah, and I think that answers the question on why they wanted the ball when they received this. This is nothing too crazy here, just inside zone. And you see Hicks press the hole, wait for the kind of seat apart, and absolutely gash it there. I call it pop in the clutch. The Argos come in. I know it's a home game, but they're obviously in enemy territory, and run inside zone first play. I love it. That's toughness. That's grit. Here we go.
61 yards into the red zone, where they're 55% on the year. Quick hitter near side. One man missed. Second one did not. They'll wrap him down. Let's take a look at Toronto's starting offense.
Yeah, up front right now, it's Peter Nicastro. This guy out of Calgary, 2019 Vanier Cup, 2022 and 2024 Grey Cup champ. Lowest pass pressure allowed in the league right now at 0%. And then we just talked about Sam Hicks out of Abilene Christian. What a bright future this guy's got in the league. I'm excited to see what he can do. He talked to us before the game, talking about, hey, every week I'm getting more and more comfortable with the Canadian nuances, and he just loves what has happened to him this far this season.
2nd and 5 for Kelly. He's going to look to the end zone, and it's intercepted, taken away by the Riders. What a start the other way. Fireworks here early.
Got an underneath shot to Unger. You have to check it down there and play the next down.
Harris takes over. They'll start it on the ground. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Great start to the season for the veteran Trevor Harris. He's gone over 300 yards in both games. 300 yards, 5 of his last 6 dating back to. He's getting better with age.
He is getting better with age, and to me it's been the accuracy. He obviously feels comfortable with his receivers. The pinpoint accuracy that you're going to see tonight is truly something remarkable.
73.6% so far this season for Trevor Harris. 2nd and 10 after they handed it off to Quali Conley. He's getting the start tonight in place of the injured A.J. Ouellette. 4 options out to the left for Harris. Pressure coming. He's in trouble, and they'll take him down. Argos defense responds. Combo is there, and that'll be his 2nd sack of the season. He's got him in back-to-back. Chapman stands just inside his own end zone to kick this away. Lets it fly from about the 2. Pretty good kick. Grant's going to wait, and now he'll take it at the 44. Janarian Grant finds a little bit of space, and here he goes. There goes that man. Janarian Grant, house call here early. And he silences the crowd at Mosaic. Wow.
I'll tell you what, Dustin, the Argos seemingly are on an absolute mission right now. Between the first play to Hicks and this punt return, you're going to watch him here. This is a great job. See how he presses there, sets everything up. One cut, and when you have the speed and the talent that he has, Grant just takes off here. If it wasn't for the interception, this has been a dominant start on all sides of the football.
When he got at the 50 and made that cut, it was gone. Nobody was going to catch it.
Right away, we saw that. I do give Mickey Donovan, their special teams coach, a lot of credit. Clearly something they saw, and that's a return he called right away on the first chance they had.
And another one hammered through. Toronto leads 7-0, and one of the best to ever do it does it again here for an 11th time in his career. A punt return touchdown for Janarian Grant.
to flip it. That's the way to flip it.
Coming into this thing, you know, Mike Miller's talking about toughness. Hey, we want physical. We want physical. And you look at this, there is not a much tougher play than special teams in professional football. And for the guys who set that up, and when your punt returner, as talented as he isn't even touched here. It's a great cut, don't get me wrong, but the boys are clamping dudes, and that's how you draw it up. You make one cut and your punt returner's not touched. Again, Mickey Donovan's got to be on cloud 9 right now, because that is a great start on your first punt return of the game.
Probably not that it's easy, but one of the easier of the 11 punt return touchdowns in his career. He's got 3 kick return touchdowns as well. 14 of them now in his 75 games. Pretty good one at the other end, and James Letcher, former Montreal Alouettes. We'll see if he can have a response. I'll tell you, if he takes this back, I'm going to pass out in the booth here early in this one. He's just taken at the 5. He'll get to the 20. Upend it, spins around, and is knocked down short of the 30, and he's holding his arm a little bit. They'll take a look at that as we bring Trevor.
Fun watch if you're an offensive mind.
Came into this game with 187 pass attempts in a row without an interception. Let's take a look at the offense that he's working with tonight.
To me, it starts up front with Logan Furlan, the pride of the CJFL Regina Thunder. This guy is a Regina kid. He has done it all. He obviously played juniors here. Okay, he's a 2-time CFL All-Star and really makes this O-line go. And then the big question for me is going to be Quality Conley. Listen, he's a rookie out of Arizona. Obviously, we expect a lot for him running the football, but I want to see him in pass protection. Okay, this is a tough defense with Greg Quick. They offer a lot of looks. He has to be dialed into the details.
A 2nd and 7 here for Harris. Argo sends for Trevor. A little bit of time. Lays it out there, far sideline, incomplete. He is looking in the direction of Jalen Johnson, but Johnson cannot turn around and get back to that ball. It'll be 3rd and 7, and he'll have to kick it away.
Yeah, Dutson, right now, if I'm Mark Mueller, the OC, I'm a little concerned. First drive, get a sack, and we get another pressure, and it's just a 4-man rush. So it's not like Greg Quick is bringing something exotic up front. We're trying to kind of get over that cloud corner, but we get hit, can't get the ball there. A bit of a strange start, because this is a phenomenal line in Saskatchewan.
Chapman boots it away. High kick, hung up there forever. Grant, this time he'll be wrapped up. There is a flag on the field. We know that'll be for no yards.
Very comfortable, and to me, the toughness and the physicality has jumped off the tape these last few weeks.
Gets this one away, up to the 50. It's Mitau, who's had back-to-back 100-yard games to start the season, just the 2nd and 3rd of his young career. A little bit banged up at the end of last week, but looks okay on this play.
Yeah, something happened here, a little bit of a miscommunication in the backfield. It was just a simple RPO, but this is where Mitau gets really special. He turns what could have been a 5-yard gain into a huge 12, 14-yarder, where all of a sudden now we're sitting at 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. And it's a big ordeal. You make that first man miss, you're going to have a lot of success in this league.
Had 8 catches last week for 178 yards. 2nd and 3. Kelly gets it away again, and that'll be enough for the first down as he guns it in there to Ungerer against this Riders defense.
Looking up front, I'll tell you right now, Mike Rose, 10-year vet. He's a 3-time CFL All-Star, right? He's had a hot start. He's 3rd in the CFL, 14% QB pressure rate. Jameer Thurman playing the MAC linebacker out of Indiana State, currently leading the CFL in tackling efficiency at 100%.
16 for 16.
Yeah, so Devon Campbell, talking to Coach Mace, they're looking for turnovers. He's a guy who can get him. Had 6 last year. He's done a tremendous job. He's going to be tested against a good receiving group.
On the ground again. Anywhere to go a little bit. And that is poked ahead by Hicks, who is averaging 5.3 yards per carry coming in to this game. The Argos offense, remember last year they could not run the ball at all. It was about 51 yards per game. They're at 91 so far. It's 5th best in the league, but so much better than it was last year.
So much better. And again, I have to give credit to that man right there, Mike Miller, because I'm telling you, part of running the football is having the mentality, having the culture. We want to run the ball. We want to push people around, and that is what you've seen from this Toronto team this season thus far.
2nd and 6 from the 36. Kelly under pressure, and trouble taken down. Crowd We talked about the 8 quarterback pressures he's had already. That's his first sack of the season.
Yeah, this is a special one right here. Again, you see the 3. These are 2-3 techniques wide. So they stay wide, give them a little better rush, and they're going to get on the edge. And it's just who's going to win that? Toronto's O-line or Sask D-line?
51-yard field goal attempt. Aralahu makes no mistake.
Last week he was making 4 or 5 guys miss, I swear. And they're going to need to do that again here tonight because this Argos defense is making them pay so far.
They're certainly capable of it, no doubt about that. They'll hand that off to Bertrand Houdon, but different types of receivers, these two guys, right?
Yeah, they definitely are, but I'll say this, as much as we're talking about the stats in the pass game, Dustin, what I like to see is both these guys are very physical blockers in the run game. And obviously, they don't have A.J. Ouellette rolling tonight, but Saskatchewan loves to commit to the run. It's a big part of their identity on offense, and they do a lot in the run game as well, which we're going to try and highlight tonight. They're both are the complete package when it comes to playing receiver in this league.
Haven't been able to get anything going on the ground yet. Midway through the first quarter, a 2nd and 10 here for Harris. 4 receivers to his left. From the pocket, down the field, drops it in, just outside the 50, as he puts it into the waiting arms of Samuel Emelis.
So you're going to see Emelis basically wrap inside here. So as we roll this, okay, you're going to see 2 guys stop underneath, boom, and then here comes the wrap over the top. So we're wrapping this defender, okay? We put the ball right off that. You see him push down there, and the ball's right on time. That, to me, is Trevor Harris's best asset. The timing he has with these receivers, it's impeccable.
Some offensive momentum for the Riders here at home. Harris looking to throw again. In trouble, got it away just in time. And that'll be to the 45. Let's take a look at this Toronto starting defense tonight.
I know it's a youngster, but Ralph Hawley out of Western Michigan, he's really embodied, I think, the physicality. He's doing a lot of great things on film, trying to create chaos. I'm really enjoying it. Then you go to Darius Pickett right now. He's had a great linebacker tackle efficiency. He's at 94.4%. He's got a sack already. Look for him to be added in the pressure package. And Benji Franklin is 2nd in the league in lowest completion percentage at 50. He's got a huge task against these Canadian receivers today.
Had an interception last week as well. Harris lays it out. Big hit coming, bouncing off of it and getting another yard. Was Bertrand Houdon. They had that lined up. Cam Judge had him in his sights.
This has been a fast start and a physical start. I mean, we're coming downhill here. Cam Judge bringing the boom. That is not a small man either. Dustin, I'm fired up. We're in Saskatchewan. It's Friday night. Okay, there's been fireworks already. I'm loving it.
Hill Country's loving it.
Yes, they are.
They're packed, and they're going to go for it here on 3rd and 4 from the Toronto 44. At least they're going to show like they're going to go for it. They will. Harris looks to his right, throws to his right, got a man, and he's got a first down too. Takes it down inside the 35 as he puts it in the hands of Schaefer Baker.
Look at Mark Mueller smirking right now. Gets a great call here. It's the perfect play call. Little stick concept. You got inside leverage from Pickett. Again, you're going to see Pickett right here on the right side screens inside. That's the matchup you want. You see the separation with Kean. On 3rd and medium there, you go to one of your 2 best guys. We talked about this before the game. I find Mueller does a great job of calling plays for his best players in the moments they need them.
Fresh set of downs from the 33. Schaefer Baker again, far sideline. And they'll wrap him up. But he's got another first down for the Riders.
This receiving room is going to love this play right here. I know it's, not a huge explosive play, but it's just a bubble, and you got to rely on your boys to block. Look at Sam Emelis there, springing Kean Schaefer Baker for a nice first down. I talked about earlier, both these guys are physical, Dustin. That's the part we don't talk about enough. They're not just pass catchers. They're truly a complete receiver. Unbelievable to watch.
Harris looking to his go-to target so far on this drive. Now on the ground, Bertrand Houdon rumbles ahead and takes it down to the Toronto 15-yard line.
And it's just the little things, Dustin. So you had the bubble earlier, and there all of a sudden you do the bubble again. Guys are playing horizontal. And we talk about why you can get away with these things. You just saw Kean Schaefer Baker, and now watch Emelis here. At the point, there he is. He's working outside shoulder. He's not holding. He's running his feet. He's basically like a mini O lineman outside. That's great ball. It's great ball. I'm on fire right now. I love watching it.
In the red zone, they're 78% so far this season. 2nd and 5 to Toronto 16. Argo sent 5. Harris gets it away. 5-yard line. Tackle made. But once again into the hands of Schaefer Baker. Big drive here for KSB.
Okay, I want you to watch Judge here. This is why I say, so Judge ends up dropping. There he is right there. And Trevor Harris sees that. He knows that, okay, you guys want to try and trick me, put a linebackers or deep safety. I'll replace exactly where he's standing with the ball. This guy is in complete control. You try and give him a funky look. He's been in this league forever. He's seen it. He'll take advantage.
He's seen them all.
Yes, yes.
For well over a decade. 1st and goal from the Toronto 5. Bertrand Houdon stands in behind Trevor Harris. Harris wants to throw, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Taken away by McFadden. And the Argos defense comes up huge here late in the 1st. Trevor Harris. Kelly gets it back into the hands of the 5th overall pick in the 2024 draft. Why not? It's been working so well.
Yeah, and Vital right now is doing such a great job after the catch. Again, this is a simple RPO. Okay, you see him here. He hooks up. We kind of work that zone defender, but look at the yardage after he catches the ball on a simple 6-yard hook. That could have potentially been a hip drop tackle as well.
Coming into this game, he already had 107 yards after the catch this season. Kelly now over the middle again. Oh, and that's a great catch. Held on to by Polk. Looks like he sort of got his fingertips on it, pulled it back into his body. Had 3 catches last week for 35 yards and a touchdown.
Look at great protection up front. See all 6 guys win, and you said it, Dustin. What a catcher. You bend this bad boy in, you got to flip the hands so the pinkies are together, not the thumbs, and you snag that bad boy. It's a big drive coming off, obviously, the big red zone turnover.
Kelly is 5 of 6 for 65 yards so far in this game. 1st and 10 for the Argos from the Rider 38. Looking to open it up a bit here, leading by 10 already. Kelly pressured, avoids it. He's got a ton of room to run, but he wants to throw. Now he's going to keep it, and he'll slide at the 30. He took off to his left. Everybody seemed to be over to the right, and he didn't have anybody down the field, so he runs it himself.
I'll tell you this, this drives you nuts because you're bringing an extra alignment, and you got your tight end up here, but we lose backside. And that drives you nuts as an OC because you're thinking, hey, this is what they call a waterfall. We should have a O-lineman waterfalling back, and the running back should step up there. I think if Chad continues to work the right side of the field without the pressure, they did have a shot on the sail route.
2nd and a couple on the ground. And that'll be enough for a 1st down as they go to Sam Hicks, maybe looking to redeem himself a little bit. Kelly, big hit just outside the 15. As Jackson Ford, the safety, stepped up and made the play.
Jackson Ford triggers on this. This is
Short. They'll sort this one out. Let's take a look at that last play again.
Here he comes. So you're going to see him at the top of the screen here. And we're waiting, and then he triggers. Boom, downhill. They call it a near foot, near shoulder. That's how they teach it. Near foot, near shoulder to get the most power possible when laying the boom.
Came up short on the 2nd and 1, so it'll be 3rd and the same. And it looks like they're going to decide to settle for the field goal attempt instead. Kelly was ready. Looked like he was ready to go. It's a little bit more than 3rd and inches. Oh, and now there's a challenge flag that's been thrown on the far sideline by Mike Miller.
Toronto is challenging the spot on the previous play. Play will be reviewed.
Challenge the spot on the previous play. So we'll give you a couple of looks at where that push got them to. Mike Miller thinks they got enough.
He seems pretty convinced here, Dustin.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be that nervous on the sideline there. There's a quarterback keeper with Kelly pushing it ahead.
Not sure they're going to get much from that angle.
Yeah, not a ton of forward progress. Looked like he sort of got bumped and then up. They said it was 2nd and 1. He only needed a yard. Needed to get to the 16. don't know if we have a clear enough look at him getting to the 16. They're going to say there was some forward progress because it was marked down as 3rd in inches after being 2nd and 1. Tough to get a look at that.
Yeah,
Might be a difficult one.
I'm going to plead the 5th on this one.
Here's the call.
After review by the replay center, the ruling on the field stands. Toronto will be charged a timeout.
So the ruling on the field will stand. Like we said, tough to get a clear look at it. What about 3rd and inches, though, settling for the 3 as opposed to just pushing it ahead again?
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it, but that being said, you got a 10-0 lead. You're expecting it to be 13 right here, and your defense is playing great. So there is a world where we're just getting the points early.
Irolahu puts it up and through, and Toronto leads by 13 a little bit. Harris with the toss. And here's a little bit of room for Conley. He's got midfield and more. And that's our first real good look at Quali Conley getting the start here for the Riders in place of A.J. Ouellette.
Just a little toss to the left. Watch the offensive line here running. A little pin and pull. We get a block down, and the tackle gets absolutely rolling. Collins, look at the big man go. I love, again, Bulls on parade. Bulls on parade. We said they need to commit to the run. Break out a little toss, get great first down.
23-year-old getting the opportunity here on Friday Night Football. They'll give it to him again. And he lowers the shoulder.
It's tremendously physical. Excuse me, you're going up against the Argonauts defense that is a tremendously physical front.
A.J. Ouellette watching on. Harris throwing over the middle. Drops it in. A ton of room. And now Evans with a spin move takes it down to the 20. We saw the Riders on their last drive move the ball well. It ended in an interception in the end zone, but they're marching again.
Again, so here comes that wrap I like to call. So as we roll this thing here, you're going to see Emlis break in, but you're going to see the underneath guys jump underneath, and Emlis wraps around the top, and here's the space we need to find. So it's a play call we've gone to twice. You can run it at different formations. As long as these underneath linebackers will play down, Trevor Harris will find these guys in the windows over their head.
Harris is 8 of 10 to start the game, 94 yards and an interception. Pressure was coming, got rid of it quickly, and drops it out near side. And it's Schaefer Baker who moves it down, and it'll be 2nd and short for the Riders.
Again, wide receivers blocking. We get on the perimeter. They go cover 0 over here. They got a run play called, which is not the look you want. So you see all the pressure. We got to get the ball out. It's 2 over 3. But Schaefer Baker is a little hezzy. You're going to see the bubble. Here comes the hezzy right there. You make a man miss. We talked about before the game. He said, I always go back to my wide receiver coach saying, you want to get paid, make the first man miss. Just did it right there.
Schaefer Baker, Emlis have combined for 92 yards so far in this game. Harris throwing again. Broken up was looking for Schaefer Baker, and James Caesar knocks it away. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Caesar here does a tremendous job gloving this thing up. Again, it ends up being man coverage. You're going to see right here. This is a great matchup if you're Saskatchewan. You see Trevor sees it. This is what we want. It's an inside fade, and Caesar just stays on it and gets a PBU late on that thing.
They're going to go for it on 3rd and 2. The big man, Tommy Stevens, into the game at quarterback, pushing it ahead, and he's got it. Riders offense marches on. When you got a guy like Tommy Stevens, you got to go for it in a situation like that.
Agreed, especially Toronto settled for the field goal earlier. You kind of come in, establish dominance. Hey, we'll go for this. And look at the push up front. I mean, the left side of the line is humming there. Collins had the big pull earlier. Gets a ton of movement on this. Uh-oh, we got action now, though. We got action now, Dustin.
There was a flag that was thrown after the play. They're checking to see if Daniel Johnson had reported when he came in on the offensive line. Mace is obviously not happy. A discussion amongst the officials now.
Dustin, if this is a non-reporting, it's the cardinal sin of the big boys coming in. generally speaking, you also have certain guys, whether it's your H-back, whoever it is, your most reliable, check, hey, we going this. You got to make sure whoever's coming in needs to report. Everyone tells the ref, hey, you remind, you can report more than once.
So you got to be double checking.
Double checking. There's, again, generally, let's call it the team nerd is also in charge of this. I don't know how a team as veteran as Saskatchewan doesn't report.
There's no foul on the previous play. It'll be first down, Saskatchewan.
The nerd on the Riders did their job properly.
Bingo. I might have been that nerd back in the day. So I felt personally responsible. It was field goal. If we didn't report on field goal, I was getting in a lot of trouble.
I always wondered what position I would play if I played football, and nerd sounds like the right spot for me.
This is, again, I would be very shocked if a team as polished as the Riders forget to report on a play like that.
You can see Mace was like, there's no way we forgot to do this.
We do this all the time here.
First and goal for Harris, trying to find the end zone for the first time this evening. He's got Conley standing to his left. Now he's going to slide out. They're going to pitch it off in front, looking for the end zone. Can they find it? No, they'll step out as they went back. Heavy dose of Schaefer Baker. And the Argos defense holds strong. Second and goal.
Yeah, we're just going to have a little sweep action from Schaefer. You're going to see him come across the screen here, and everyone goes this way. Your whole line, you just call turn and run, turn and run, turn and run. Here we go. We're pulling a little bit. You see the big boys turn and running. It's tough. You're looking for a small crease to kind of gash that thing. Didn't get it. Tip your cap to the Argos D there. Shut that down.
Saskatchewan will take another run at it here. Second and goal from the Toronto 4. Pressure. Harris gets it away just in time. Touchdown Riders! As he lays it out there, Keyshawn Johnson's got his second of the season, and Saskatchewan has some life offensively.
Dustin, it's unbelievable, okay? Look how cool, calm, collected. You got an unblocked man coming from the right side of your screen. Trevor Harris sees his cover zero. He knows he's got an out-breaking route to the left. He sits in there. He knows he's going to take a hit. I'm telling you, knows it's coming. Delivers the perfect throw. We get feet in bounds. That is high-level execution for one of the best quarterbacks in this league. It gets me fired up, Dustin.
We got a good one settling in here on the prairies for Friday Night Football.
Toughness, grit, you see the quarterback. I'm hot, I'm going to take the hit. I got to deliver the pill here to my guys, and he'll make the play.
Hale puts it up, sneaks it through out.
It's a hit. I can't say enough about the toughness it takes to stay in there and deliver that throw.
Harris is 11 of 14 for 110 yards, touchdown, and a pick. Grant will take it inside his own 5. Back to the 40. Oh, they closed that hole quickly there. He might have had something cooking to be taken down to 35. And there's a look at the coaching group for the Riders. Got to be happy with what they saw in this drive.
Yeah, so we talked about before, they got to get back to the run. They started that thing with a pin and pull. Okay, even here, this is an RPO, little bubble action. Trevor Harris saw it's cover 0. I got to get the ball out. Certainly nice to have Stevens come in and get you 3 yards. You need 1. And obviously the great touchdown throw. They're settled in. They had a miscommunication on the drive before in the end zone. They go and score there.
8-play, 70-yard drive. And now some flags fly as the Riders D-line marching their way to Kelly again. Pick up what this penalty is.
Offside, Toronto, number 82. Penalty is declined. Second down.
Will be declined. And Kelly getting a bit of a rough ride from a defensive line that can bring a ton of pressure.
You just said it. They got 4 guys right now in the top 10 of the league in quarterback pressures. And when you have not just one, but all 4 guys from different spots can do it, it is a tough battle. One that the Argos O-line is going to have to respond to.
Desmond Evans, Mike Rose, Caleb Sanders, and James Waters. Kelly gets this one away. Too high for the intended target. Was looking for Tyler Common. And it'll be a 2-and-out for Toronto as momentum continues to swing towards the home side here at Mosaic. Kelly so far tonight, 74 yards and an interception, coming in with those back-to-back 400-yard games. to start. Riders causing some issues for him so far this evening. Haggerty to punt it away. Gets it away just in time. And this will be taken and brought back just outside the 50. CTV and Crave as the World Cup rolls on. Now a big handoff. Look at this, down inside the 45. Best of the night from Bertrand Hudon.
This is wide zone here, outside zone. So you're going to watch here. We're pressing this way, and the key is the press, and watch the O-line. So again, it's not tight. We want to take our aiming point. See how he goes wide? He takes his angle, and then that's where the hole opens up. But the key to outside zone, we used to call it popping the clutch, and it's a great job there where we need to set our aiming point at exactly outside shoulder of the tight end. Push, 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 press, and then bam, when it opens up, put your foot in the ground.
7 on the line here for the Riders, and they'll go back to the ground again. Bertrand Hudon this time back to the original line of scrimmage, no further. The Argos are on it. They're able to stop them. 4 carries for 22 yards for Bertrand Hudon. This is a guy who's more familiar with your offense than Conley, who's stepping in tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if he actually takes up more of the workload throughout the game.
Yeah, and he's a workhorse. He does have a more similar frame to AJ Ouellette as well, so kind of give everybody a little continuity of what they are used to experiencing.
2nd and 10 from the Argo 42, just past the midway point of the 2nd quarter. Toronto sends 4. Harris gets it away, and that will be close. Probably enough for a first down as he goes back once again to Emelis. 10 targets combined between Schaefer Baker and Emelis so far in this one.
Yeah, little snag concept. So you're going to see him here set it down. See when he works back to the ball. That just protects the throw. Veteran move right there. Again, when you talk about Saskatchewan in the receiving core, obviously they have a ton of physical talent, but what jumps out at me, we talked about the run blocking and the details within their route running. It's a very special unit.
Harris now 12 of 15 for 120. Emelis again inside the 30. Hammered down by Judge, but gets a handful of yards on first down. 2nd and manageable at 2nd and 6.
Just a simple bubble route here, and the boys are blocking up front. We get 4 yards. Judge comes flying downhill. I love watching.
He's been all over the place.
He has been. I find he can identify things so quickly, and he just triggers, and it's like, you know, just, it almost feels like the field is tilted. He's running downhill.
2nd down, Harris, pressure in the pocket. And he got that one away as he was hit. Falls incomplete. And he'll get helped up off the turf. Felt that one a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, I think there's again, we're going to circle in here on a running back. Obviously, AJ Ouellette's not in. It looks like we got our eyes in the wrong spot. You see him turn left there, take a step left, and then he's too slow getting back to the right. That's a situation where still got a challenge, but you wish you had AJ Ouellette in the game for plays like that.
Saskatchewan is challenging the previous play for roughing the passer. Play will be reviewed.
Are they going to challenge for roughing the passer for a low hit on Trevor Harris? Is that?
Certainly seems like it.
All right, so it is going to be a challenge for roughing the passer for the hit on Trevor Harris, who's stretching it out next to Corey Mace. We'll give you another look at, I believe it was Sony Toia who eventually makes the hit. Number 91 right there.
Oh, I think it might be the landing after.
Yeah, the landing after. That's right. That's Ralph Hawley, I think.
I think they got some juice here. I think this one, hey, that looks. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't like belly flop, but
toss some weight on him at the end.
It's always, you know, how much do you protect the quarterbacks?
Yeah. Almost all, well, not all of them. A lot of them are debatable as far as
extremely debatable.
A precedent for something later in the season. We'll give you another look at it. So, I mean, that's fine.
That's a bit of an awkward initial hit. I'm glad Trevor Harris is okay.
Harris's leg kind of looked like it sort of got stretched out underneath him. The review continues. All right, we're told that they have come to a conclusion. Let's send it down to the field for the ruling.
After review by the replay center, the ruling on the field stands. It'll be 3rd down.
All right, so the ruling on the field stands. It'll be 3rd and 6, and it'll be a field goal attempt for Alex Hale, who's 71.4% on the season. This to make it a 3-point game here at Mosaic. 36-yarder just inside the left hash. And that is up, right down the middle. And we've got a 3-point game on Friday Night Football. Well, there's a look at head coach Mike Miller of the Argonauts. For more on him, let's send it down to Brent Dort.
Well, as we take in this form of football, the other form of football has taken over Mike Miller's team's home at BMO Field with World Cup going on. They're beginning the season with a massive road stretch. I had to ask him, what is the challenge of that? And he said, honestly, it's not a thought, and I truly mean that. He won't let the team make excuses or complain. He said, we're trying to build a mentally tough team, and this gives them an opportunity to do that. He feels it's an advantage as his team is actually spending more time together on the road. He said it's a perfect way to build culture. And he said, this way we know how to face adversity early. It's going to help us later on in the season.
Thank you, Britt. What does that do for a group early in the year? I know it's not ideal. You want to get some games at home, but there's some valid points there that he's talking about.
Yeah, I do find it's hard to quantify, but the more time you spend with the team, albeit on the road, training camp, if you've got a good group of veterans, which I do believe the Argos have, that bond means a lot, and it only keeps developing as the season goes on.
Just over 4 minutes left in the half. And Kelly close to a first down as he finds Mackay Polk. Polk, his second catch of the game. Coxie has just one so far for 5 yards. A bit of a quiet start to the year for him, but Polk connects with Kelly again.
Yeah, Polk got the speed there. He pushes the defender back, sets it down, works back to the quarterback. It's a well-executed play.
They'll need a couple more yards to keep this drive moving. Big running back Isaiah Smith into the game in behind Kelly. Fullback in there as well. They'll give it to Smith. Pushing it ahead, had to get to the 50. Sure looked like he got there on that initial push. And that should be a first down, and it is a first down for Toronto.
A play like that to me kind of embodies the Mike Miller vibe. You know, 2nd and short, we're just going to bring in another fullback. We have slice back, big hit, boom. Kind of a hockey check vibe, which is how they teach it. Keep your inside shoulder in there. And we got a fresh set of downs. To come into a Saskatchewan play as physical as they have has been a great statement for me to watch.
Kelly, lots of time. Now under pressure, taken down. They get to him. Look at it.
Yeah, and they're trying to get Polk here on a post route. So you're going to see him kind of come up here and basically run this post. Who does a great job is the free safety here. Okay, jumps it, and that's where Chad goes, oh, man. They drew it up to try and get Polk there. Ford sees it, covers it up.
2nd and long for Kelly. One-on-one. Top of your screen. Going up to get it. But defended well. The veteran Marcus Sales makes the play. Trying to put it in the hands of Tyler Common.
Yeah, just a go route. Tyler Common right now going into this was 3 for 3 in contested balls, 100%. Leading the CFL in contested catches, and to give him a shot here, and Sales says absolutely not. Just absolutely bats that thing down, gloves him up, and the Argos are punting.
Oh, Haggerty just got that away in time. They brought a bunch of guys, and now Emelis on the return, tracked down just outside the 35. Oh, this place would have erupted if they were able to block that. Was that Emelis?
It is Emelis.
Like Emelis is still down on the field.
That was very close to being blocked. Again, you see the arm strength here. Sales, what a play. Common maybe jumps a little bit early, but he is gloved there.
So Emilus is still down. He's come in here. We saw earlier in the game, James Letcher, who handles returns, early on one of his returns, was reaching for his hand. We haven't seen him since. Emilus now down on the field. Looks like they're
It was a
working
really
on his leg.
awkward tackle. You're going to kind of see him, his legs get caught underneath. He gets bent backwards a little bit.
One of the risks you take having a star receiver involved in the return game. Here's another look at the tackle.
You see it here. You see his legs get caught underneath. And just, you know,
It kind of went down awkward, a little bit awkwardly.
Ankle was a little caught underneath, but he's walking off. Yeah, we're feeling
walking off. He's going to play.
Yeah.
See what they do for returns the rest of the way in this one. Emilus and Baker tonight have 110 of the 124 receiving yards from Trevor Harris so far. That's 89%. Johnson's touchdown. One of the few times Harris hasn't targeted those two guys. Emilus to the sideline. Harris, pump fake. Now lays it up for Schaefer Baker. And he's got it past midfield. That is his 6th catch of the ball game.
This is really cool because we talked about these bubble screens and the receivers blocking. So this is now when they do a slip screen. So you're going to see Trevor Harris here, watch him pump, and we're going to sell like it's a bubble over here. But then the receiver stock, and then they go up. And key in there, you get the little honey hole shot here. DB slips, but that pump fake, draw the DBs in. You've set it up all game. You go over the top. Got to keep them honest, Dustin. You know, you can't let these DBs just run downhill because we're throwing all these bubbles.
From the 47, now they'll toss it to the outside. And another good job by Conley as he picks up another first down for Saskatchewan. Riders trail by 3 from the Toronto 34. On the ground again. And they'll take it down inside the 30. As they go back once again, Wally Conley. Conley spent 4 days with Montreal in the preseason before landing here with the Riders.
He's doing a nice job now. Again, can't ask much.
We got big 61 W.O. from
He's got 37 yards on 5 carries.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good start.
Yeah, no doubt.
He'll stand into the left of Trevor Harris. Harris will have 3 receivers out to his right, 2 to his wide side left. That's where he looks. That's where he's going to throw. Down the field, and a flag on the play as he wanted to lay it up. But the receiver was interfered with on the route.
Yeah, it's a legitimate call. You saw this all day. It's a stick concept. So the inside guy is a stick, and we got an outside release here. So you're going to go stick here and an outside release, and we get jammed up. So the corner plays low. We're going to see this thing. We're watching this corner play low, and you see him bite there. Trevor Harris sees it. He's trying to go over his head. I know it's not much, but by the letter of the law, that is a penalty. As an offensive guy, speaking, of course.
Pass interference, Toronto, number 23. Spot of the foul, automatic first down.
A little bit of a conversation there by the officials, but Benji Franklin is the guilty party. Another look at it for you, different angle.
Again, I know it looks like you're kind of running into each other, but maybe I'm a bit biased as an ex-offensive guy. I'm throwing that flag.
Bunch of former defensive players watching right now being, shut up, Luke.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Miller was thrilled with that flag, but it is what it is.
Conley again. Touchdown, Riders. Welcome to the CFL. Wally Conley.
Dustin, this is unbelievable by the offensive line. And this is why a lot of O-line coaches like zone concepts. Because even though this is still wide zone, it can hit anywhere. So you're going to see, again, we're pressing outside, but as the O-line runs left here, see them all turn, run, we press outside, you can cut back. That's the beauty of running outside zone if you press the hole. Tremendous job pressing, trusting your offensive line. All 5 of them there. Got a ton of movement, and there's 6, potentially 7 on the board.
Toronto opened this game up with a 13-0 lead. Since then, the Riders have taken over, and they now lead by 4 with less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. And the rookie running back out of Arizona, Wally Conley, putting together a nice first half so far. He's got 54 yards and a touchdown on 6 carries.
Dustin, when they go watch this thing on film, and they're in team meeting, I'm telling you, Coach Mace is going to highlight all 5 O-linemen there. You want to see him turn, run, and run your feet. And all 5 of them executed that tremendously well. Saskatchewan's come to life.
5 plays, 71 yards in just 53 seconds, and it ends in the hands of Conley. Big shoes to fill. He sits there and chats with Andrew Harris. Not a bad guy to have working with you in your first CFL start.
Yeah, I'd say if you're obviously learning the Canadian football game in the running back position, that's the perfect guy to be sitting with the iPad with day in and day out.
Bertrand Hudon has been involved in the running game. They've kind of split it so far tonight. But on that drive, it was Conley, and it was the right call. Works perfectly, and the Riders go on top. They've scored 17 in a row. This time, they'll kick it away to Isaiah Smith, staying away from Grant. Smith, 11th overall pick in this past year's draft, takes it back out to the 31-yard line, and that is where Chad Kelly will get the ball. Just 7 completions for 82 yards. In the first half tonight, that interception early in the game as well. Had such a good start the last couple of games. Now, his last game did end with 4 interceptions. I think he's not a guy that struggles for confidence. I'd have to think he probably left that in the rearview mirror.
Absolutely, Dustin. To me, you watch him on film, it's next play mentality. It's something you love at the quarterback position.
A little draw to Hicks. And he'll get a couple of yards on first down. Hicks had that 61-yard scamper early in the game, but has not really been that involved since. Second down for Kelly. Wants to throw here. Gets it away. Polk has it. And he's forced back. And he's going to be marked down at the 40. They needed the 41 for a first down. So it'll be a third down situation with a minute and a half left.
If you're sitting at home wondering why Polk didn't get to the 6, well, he did. But look, you got Woods dropping back. This is actually a great job even getting open, because you got a DB over top. Woods drops underneath it, so he's got to come back and away from Chad to even get a completion. But we're punting the ball, and Trevor Harris has a shot here to have a nice situational drive at the end of the half.
They're not going to mess around on the 3rd and 1, just inside their own 40 with just a minute and a half left. Haggerty will come out to kick it away. Daniel Weeb waits for it back at the 30. Letcher left the game earlier. Emlis banged up, returning earlier. Weeb will take it cleanly at the 20. Back to the 35 after he'll be gang tackled. And Trevor Harris will get the ball with 63 seconds left on the clock. Looking to build off 17 points in a row.
Gotta highlight Weeb there. He looks comfortable catching punts. I mean, he's not their first guy, he's not their second guy. Fielded that, obviously got a nice little gain there. Puts Trevor in a better position, and now we get into situational football. It's my favorite thing on planet Earth. Okay, you know you get the ball at the half, Dustin. You got 103. Let's watch this man right here, Trevor Harris, operate. We're trying to get a double score here, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown.
Drive will start on their own 37. Harris is 14-18 for a $148. Touchdown to Keyshawn Johnson. He started on the ground, and it goes nowhere. Conley was wrapped up immediately. Kongbo broke through that offensive line.
Great job by the D-line here. Not the start you dreamed up. You were Mark Mueller. Wasn't any extra pressure. Pickett obviously gets in there. You had the numbers, just didn't execute. Saskatchewan up front.
Looks like it was Darius Pickett who was actually in there first. That's his third tackle of the game. 2nd and 11 for Harris. Toronto just sends 3. Trevor gets it away. Looked like the Riders wanted a flag. Trevor clearly wanted one. It was Conley out of the backfield, and Harris is not happy.
Yeah, and I get Harris isn't happy, but you bring 3 and you drop 9. There's just not much you got going here. I get it's a D-line. I mean, like the matchup, you see the grab there.
There was a hold. Yeah.
I actually kind of like the no call. It's a D lineman up there covering. It's a little grab, you know.
Grants will slide under this just inside his own 30. Finds a little bit of space on the far side of the field. A stumble. And he's tripped up. You know he wanted more on that one as he gets it back out beyond the Toronto 45. Decent enough field position for Kelly. Make a couple throws, maybe get a field goal attempt here before the half.
Yeah, be a big momentum shift because it's obviously been all Saskatchewan on both sides of the ball. And for the Argonauts to get that stop, they can end the half with points here. Buckle up, we could be in for some fireworks in the second half.
Probably looking for close to the 49-yard line to get in range for Haroahu. 5 receivers out to the right for Kelly. Down the field, he'll go, and he's got Coxie. Coxie cuts it inside the 30, and they'll take him down. And a big strike for Kelly. Biggest catch of the game for Coxie.
It's a little scissors concept, really pretty. Coxie with a tremendous catch. So you're going to see outside there's a corner. It's pulled, kind of clears that out. We just come right underneath with Coxie. What a throw catch.
26 yards to Coxie. Clock ticks inside 10 seconds. Kelly going to look for the end zone, isn't he? On the run, out to his right. Dumps it over the middle, down to the 5. End zone touchdown. Tyler Commons got his 3rd in as many games. And the Argos strike late in the half to retake the lead.
Dustin, I don't believe my eyes here. I was worried about the clock hitting 0 before the thing came out. You get no points. They're actually trying to do a hitch and go to the left side of the field. They're trying to get a double move. It's not there. It's well defended. This is completely off schedule. What a play by Chad Kelly to be able to extend this and find Common. What a way to end the half. So again, you're seeing Kelly. He looks left because he wants that double move. Now he goes, okay, I just got to play ball. Finds Common in a soft spot in the zone.
How about the start of the career for Tyler? Had the ball started, so the Riders are going to play the wind in the 4th quarter. They're going to want the wind at their back in the 4th quarter. It is blowing into their faces right now as Hale kicks it away. And this will bounce into the arms of Grant. Nowhere to go on this return as he gets back to the 40. Well, it's been straight fire for Kelly to start the season. A little bit of a bumpy road, but a great finish in the first half.
Yeah, it has been a bit up and down today. Not as smooth as the first 2 games he's played this year. But we talked about it earlier, Dustin. This guy has a next play mentality. It doesn't matter if it's successful or if it's an interception. He's going to continue to sling it. And that's something that you love your quarterback to have mentality-wise.
Ended up going 10 of 13 for 152 yards. Going to throw here to start the half. Had a touchdown and an interception in the first half. And a quick one for Kelly will give them 6 on first down. They started the game hot and just ended in a turnover right at the edge of the end zone.
It's one of those things where you get the turnover early and then the end of the half, play that probably should have been incomplete, he finds a way and gets it done. So kind of live by the sword, die by the sword.
Started his drive with a completion to Polk. Riders will send for Kelly, gets it away. Tight window, big completion and a big hit at the end of it from Jackson Ford. but they will move it. That's Ungerer. That is his second catch story of the ball game.
Ungerer's going to sell the flat, come underneath, got a little Texas route, but forward. That's that near foot, near shoulder right here. Okay, he catches it, near foot, near shoulder. That's how they say you generate the most power, Dustin. I'm not a defensive guy, but that's what they say.
A couple of times he's done that tonight.
Oh, he's humming.
Big-time power generator.
Yeah, and playing downhill.
First and 10 from the Toronto 54. Hicks will stand in behind Kelly. Kelly fakes that handoff, looks down the field. There's a flag that flies as he drops it in once again to Ungerer. This flag was back by the quarterback. And it looks like it's going to be against the Riders, Desmond Evans.
Illegal block, hands to the face, Saskatchewan, number 98. Penalty is declined, first down Toronto.
Hands to the face on Evans. That penalty will be declined. And the completion to Ungerer stands.
Yeah, you're going to see it here at the top of the line here. It happens right up on there on the screen. Sometimes with these guys, you know, you're just working hard. You get a hand up there. It's not intentional. You know, you're just playing the game hard. If you're a coach, you live with that penalty.
Fresh set of downs for Kelly. Deep shot down the field. End zone. Laid out. No, incomplete. He was looking for Polk. And Polk just missed it.
This is a tremendous throw here by Chad. Steps back. Polk just outruns everybody. He outruns everyone. He gets behind. Chad lays it up. That's the one you want to float, and you probably miss it by a foot. Tough one if you're the Argos, but there's a silver lining here, Dustin.
And you're already in field goal range for Haralavu. Second and 10 for Kelly. Down the field again. No! 0 for 2. This time he tried to find Common, and it was just a tad too far. Wow. They're not messing around, are they?
They're not messing around. Clear the halftime adjustment. They get in the fringe. Was to take the shot, and both Polk on the arrow and a Common here. You've got the step. Yeah, this one's a little further out, probably a yard.
You said it. They both had steps.
Yeah.
Like that was there for the taking.
Like the Coach Miller. He had 2 shots there to make a throw and a catch and just missed both of them.
Haralavu knocks it up. And he knocks it through. And the Argo lead climbs to 6. They wanted more, though, didn't they? Kelly unable to connect on a pair of deep shots.
I missed it. I better play tentative. He's going to come out slinging next drive.
Some quick notes from the Riders. Fletcher is out for the rest of the game. Emilus is highly unlikely to return. Both of them injured in the return game in the first half. The Riders will start it on the ground here with Conley. Conley had an excellent first half. 53 yards on 7 carries and a touchdown. They lose 4 yards here, and it'll be second and long for Harris.
TFLs are a kiss of death in this league. Little draw play there does not work. Trevor Harris is going to have to work some magic here to get this first down.
Schaefer, Baker, and Emilus caught 134 of the 148 passing yards in the first half for Harris. Doesn't have Emilus now. And he's hammered. Oh, Trevor Harris, look out! He got crunched by Chatfield. And they'll lift him up off the turf. He appears to be okay, but that was a clobbering blow from Chatfield.
That was a vicious hit from Chatfield. Look at Trevor Harris. Here's Chatfield right here. And we just, again, it's nothing fancy. You're going to see this here. There's no sort of crazy pressure. It's a miscommunication. Hardrick blocks down. It's a 5-man pressure. Should not have been an issue there. And that's why Trevor was surprised by it, because he thinks he's protected. He's not expecting a free hitter, especially a defensive end.
He was certainly not protected on that one. Chapman kicks this one. It's going to take a high bounce. Grant will step under it. And he's got nowhere to go. Let's take another look at that Chatfield hit. His first sack of the season.
Again, it's just 5 rushers, and you've got actually 6 blockers for Saskatchewan. And why Trevor, who's a guy who knows this stuff, doesn't feel this whatsoever is because somebody has a mental error, what I'd call an ME, on the offensive line or the running back, one of the two. you got to be careful getting your big dog hit like that.
You gotta look after that guy.
Yeah, you gotta take care of the QB.
So Kelly will get the ball back. I'm assuming he'll throw it right to the end zone. No, they're gonna hand it off. Riders all over it. And that'll be a tackle for a loss at the Saskatchewan 49.
Watch Sad here, just absolutely just rip pie out the left guard. So here he goes. Boom, we split this thing. We knife it, get low. We're trying to run that zone play. And Sad says, not on my side.
Nowhere to go for Isaiah Smith, who got the carry that time. Ends up being a loss of 3 yards. 2nd and 13 for Kelly. He'll be looking to sling it here. Riders send for. Kelly pressured on the run. Can he get away? Yes! Down the field, has a man! How about that? Kelly on the run. Finds Common on the far sideline.
This is pretty special right here. I know it makes it look easy, but we're going to get out of this thing. So it's an on-schedule play. We're looking left. Great job pressuring Saskatchewan. And Dustin, again, he makes it look easy, but when you're getting absolutely hogged down by a D lineman, to just be able to, oh, we flick it here. Great scramble job. Really a nice off-schedule play.
Leads the league in passing yards under pressure with 2:35 coming into this one. And that time he goes back to Polk. That's Polk's team leading 5th catch of the game. I'm very impressed with the early season chemistry between Kelly and Common, who's a rookie. I mean, he seems to put himself in spots where Kelly needs him.
Yes, and just watching Common, he seems like he has a very good feel for finding those windows in zone. And you can become a safety blanket for your quarterback when you get those off-schedule plays. Okay, where's Common? I know he'll be on an open little crease.
1st and 10 from the Rider 27. Has a man wide open, breaking a tackle, and now another down inside the 5, still going. What an effort from Coxie. Almost found the promised land, but the Riders are able to stop him just in time.
Yeah, and it's a similar play to the shots we took earlier. She got the inside deep ball, and obviously those are open, and we just missed them, but that drew everyone back. We come down to Coxie, and Coxie on a mission there does the army crawl after.
Toronto will look to finish. 1st and goal from the Rider 2. Kelly looks to his left, nothing there. Now to the right, and that's off the uprights. Oh, he had a man, and the uprights are still there, and he hit it. Somewhere, Stu Johnson's doing that point meet from the internet today.
Yes,
See?
got the Sophie Cunningham. I mean, I can't stand it.
That's a touchdown for Coxie.
I can't stand it. I digress, Dustin. I digress. We'll move on.
But exhibit A, I guess. We'll leave it at that. 2nd and goal from the 2. Kelly on the run. Quarterback keeper. Touchdown, Toronto. As the Argos quarterback does it himself.
I'm impressed with Chad Kelly's off schedule on this drive. This is not how you draw it up. So they run a little misdirection to the left. You're going to see the running back go to left, and you have these two guys go right here. And again, we're actually trying to get a quick throw to one of them. Vaughters plays extremely well, and Kelly just says, all right, I'll make a play. Not how you drew it up, but there's 6, potentially 7 on the board.
What a game of streaks here. The Argos opened with a 13-0 lead. The Riders scored 17 in a row, and now the Argos have scored 17 in a row. Jalen Johnson back there with Daniel Weed to return this kick. With Letcher done for the night. Johnson will take it just inside the 10. 30, far sideline, cuts it back, wrapped up. Bertrand, who's on in the game at running back. Harris gets it away, has a man wide open. Oh, and he's crushed. Hammered. Deshaun Amos was there to make the tackle.
Talking about playing downhill. Amos fires here. say this, Dustin, you saw the backfield action here. Even though this is a pretty quick throw, little play action, they're right in Trevor Harris's face. He's been beat up tonight. He's got a couple hits on the body, and an awkward one early. Obviously, the big one last drive. Tip your cap to Toronto in this defensive front.
First catch for Mims. It was a rough ride. Now Harris has a completion, and that is taken ahead to mid-field. Weed gets the job done.
Weed stepping up. You're going to see him on a little out route here. Okay, he's going to come out, but he's working on Judge here. So here we go. It's a little twist action. So they get the inside leverage. They clear everything out outside of him. And then after the catch here, boom. That's a tremendous job of him getting some yak and turning that into explosive play.
First catch in the career of Weave out of the UMS. Harris, another completion. This time back to the near sideline as he gets it back into the reliable hands of Schaefer Baker.
Dustin, this scared me a bit. This is probably the only throw he's made today where as soon as it left his hand, you've got a cloud corner that's playing low. You see McFadden right there. That's a great catch, but that is very close to being 6 points the other way.
Trev just had enough on it, didn't he? Just enough.
Just enough, and it might have got a little mixed up there with what coverage he thought he was seeing.
Critical drive here for the Riders. 2nd and 5. Keyshawn Johnson's got a first down. Stiff arm to take it inside the 40. That is just the 3rd catch of the game for Johnson. One of them was for a touchdown.
And Trevor Harris talked with the last one. It got a little dicey, but here he sees pre-snap what he's looking for off coverage from McFadden. He's got what I call a shin route, short in. Keyshawn Johnson does a nice job coming back out, getting a little extra yak there.
Drive continues from the Argo 38. 4.5 to play, 3rd quarter. Riders trail by 13. Argos are going to send 5. Harris gets it away. And that once again completed as he's been deadly accurate so far on this drive. He goes right back to Keyshawn Johnson.
And Dustin, put yourself in the shoes of Trevor Harris. You just ate a massive hit on the last drive. You've been beat up. To me, he's just showing so much grit, so much toughness. Pre-snap, he's still able to control his emotions, think through everything. Hey, what do I got here? What are they giving me? It's a lot harder than it seems. When you get smoked like that, come back and have a drive like this, it is a very difficult task.
5 for 5 on this drive. Can he make it 6 for 6? Yes! Inside the 20 as he had fully activated Keyshawn Johnson here late in the 3rd quarter.
I'll say this too, back to Mark Mueller. When you buzz his film, he does not mind calling similar plays if they're working. And you've seen this whole thing. Until you stop it, I'll continue to call. Again, it's not the exact same, but they are similar concepts. And clearly they've done this. Again, that's a slant from the inside, the short in or the slant routes right down the field right now.
Into the red zone they go. 1st and 10 from the 17. 3 options, wide side right for Harris. Wants to throw again. Drops it in there, but it's broken up. James Caesar causing all types of issues on that play.
It's a really nice job by Caesar here, and I think we're going to want backs are going to work in and just basically run kind of a corner or sail route. It's an RPO. So you see Trevor run the play action. We do cross face. Trevor's going to want that throwback. He just needs to get that outside, and I think that you've got at least a chance for a contested catch, but it's a little inside. You can see him right there. Just misses it. Now we're going to 2nd and long.
Was looking for Johnson once again. Harris quickly spinning, nice catch down towards the end zone. Can he get there? No. They'll stop him. But what an effort from Schaefer Baker.
This is ridiculous. I know it's simple. This is ridiculous, Dustin. It's the short in, the shin route from the inside. It's contested. If we make 1 man miss, 2 men miss, he almost does. It was like a video game when you're spamming the spin button. Here's 1 spin. Here's 2 spins. Here's 3 spins. Hey, he almost reached that ball, but he was thinking, coach tells me don't reach it out. Hey, we don't want to fumble there.
Gotta look after it. Could have mixed in a 4th spin move.
It's that angel on the shoulder right there.
Tommy Stevens into the game. 1st and goal for 2. Tommy looking for the end zone. They'll stop him this time, but he gets down to the 1. Just stopped him. They're going to run this thing back. Tommy Stevens will take another crack at it.
I don't know which defensive lineman just punched the ball out after the whistle there, but I love the pettiness. I really do.
big pettiness guy.
Yeah, huge. Stevens is a truck.
He's almost there.
He's a truck.
6'4", 245.
I'll tell you who else is firing off the ball. Left tackle Collins is firing off the ball on these.
They'll try to finish it again. Stevens up under center, looking for the end zone. Over the top, he's got it. Touchdown time for Tommy. And the Riders aren't going anywhere.
Offside, Toronto, defensive line. Penalty is declined. Touchdown.
They continue to run these to the left. You see Fry, you see Collins, that whole left side. They've done it all game on these short yardage. They're getting a ton of push there.
A drive that the Riders had to have. Down 13.
Had to have popular resiliency.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Alex Hale to make it a 6-point ball game. Just over a minute left in the third quarter. No mistake. Riders come away with those 90 yards. It was all of them until Tommy Stevens finished things off. We've got a 6-point game. Final minute to play, third quarter. Smith on the return. And he is knocked out of bounds just outside the 35. Keyshawn Johnson with Emilus out of this game. Obviously capable of taking on a bigger role. Last year, 1,159 yards. And Trevor Harris has great connection with him.
Yeah, it's not like there's a massive drop-off or anything like that. He's a playmaker, and when they get this win in the fourth quarter, they're going to expect to make some plays.
And that is what happened. They decided to take the win in the fourth quarter. On the ground, up the middle. A couple of yards for Hicks, who started the game with 61. On a big one since then, only has 9 yards.
The front four of Saskatchewan has caused a lot of chaos tonight for the Toronto Argonauts.
Kelly's been sacked 3 times, and he's been on the run even more.
Yes, and a lot of the plays that the Argos have had success on have been off schedule, where Kelly's just making a play after.
Crowd here trying to get behind their defense. Kelly gets it away, all the way up to midfield, and he finds his running back, Sam Hicks. Hicks stands in next to his quarterback, Kelly. Riders big pressure. Kelly one-on-one down the near sideline looking for Common, and there's a flag back by the quarterback. And we'll have to get another look at this as Kelly picks himself up off the turf. This should be a roughing the passer penalty. He likes throwing it up there for Common, though.
He really does.
A few times.
They
another look.
They load the field up to the left, so they got 4 receivers on the left. They isolate Common. It's outside
Roughing the
leverage, so
passer,
Common goes inside.
Saskatchewan, number 42. 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Ow.
A little late. Is that what we're looking at there? You see Mike Rose is saying, what are you talking about?
If it is late, it's late by a split second.
Moves the ball up to the Rider 41. Work the draw to Smith. And he'll push it ahead. Really good pickup on first down here on the ground. They're going to get about 8, and it's going to be 2nd and 2.
It's one way to slow up this defensive line of Saskatchewan. Obviously, they've kind of had their ears pinned back. They're getting pressure. They've been stopping the run. So you see them all kind of fly on the field, and you run the draw play. Really nice call there by Coach Miller.
Saskatchewan defense love to make a play here. 32 points per game so far in the season coming into this one. And a high-scoring campaign across the league. Kelly finds Ungerer. Ungerer hangs on to that ball, and he's got a first down for Toronto. And the highest-scoring team in the league marches on, having hung 30 on the Riders already here early in the fourth.
Some of these hits have been just ferocious, and it's a great executed play here. Unger kind of coming underneath, had a clear out on a drag route inside of him. But Saskatchewan is coming downhill, and look, Unger says, I'll take that heat all day.
Well, that was Jackson Ford again. We've mentioned him a few times today, lower in the boom from the safety position. Fresh set of downs for Kelly. He's going to look to the end zone. Heaves one up. Incomplete, was looking for Ungerer. Antoine Brooks. Oh, was that Common? He was looking for Common again. And Brooks was all over it.
Yes, and it's a great job picking up the pressure. We get a corner out. It's inside leverage. This is another one that you just want to have see the twist so we can work the inside of the defender. And it's a tight window, but that's one that you'd love to make because it is the matchup, it is the route. And that's why you twist that motion to get that leverage.
Big second down here. Riders send 6. Kelly, pressure in his face, gets away. A first time, not a second. He'll be taken down again. Alexander is there.
So we got a free hitter here. So what we're going to see is both these guys are blitzing, and when we roll this thing, one of them's going to go in the B gap, and we play down. So now all of a sudden we have a free defensive end, and that's one where you just want to execute. You see Hicks, I don't know if it's him, the left tackle, but we should be able to protect that. But just the simple fact of the kind of cross causes a free hitter. And a big
Scott here, I understood what the CFL game was because of Jurison. Of course, I had to text our teammate, Glenn Suter, about him today. And he said, well, nobody outworked Bobby. We'd be leaving for the day. He'd still be on the field working while we were in the showers, guys.
Pretty good mentor to have for D'Arcangelo. Pick it up. Tommy Stevens, about as much of a sure thing as you will see in the league. Well, right now, trailing by 9. Riders got to come away with points here with 11 to play.
Went to the right on that one. Mix it up a little bit. Keep them honest.
Keep them guessing, right?
Keep them guessing.
Chatfield and Pickett to stop him there. Harris checks back in. 2:45 on 22 at 28 for Trevor. Harris looks to his left. That's where he's going to throw. Oh, my goodness. Along the sideline, they got it. Keyshawn Johnson, how did you do it? Franklin was all over him. But Johnson came away with a highlight reel grab.
This is as good as it gets as far as contested catches go. I didn't love the throw. The corner drops on it. And there is no window to fit that in. Unbelievable. High point. Take the ball away from the DB. Wow.
Sometimes you just got to have one of your guys make a play. Johnson did it. Now a high throw from Harris, but that is hauled in by Mims. And the Riders march on.
I'm shocked here, Dustin. You see the corner, but Benji drops on it, and I thought it was a pick originally, and Johnson just takes it away.
And now short yardage again. 2nd and 1. They left Trevor Harris in there to take care of it this time, and their helmets are stuck together.
That's the worst. That's the worst. It's the worst because you think someone's grabbing you, like,
defensive line.
A little bit of a fight.
Penalty.
Yes.
First down.
You say, am I in a little bit of a fight?
Yeah, so that's the initial thought, like someone's grabbing my helmet.
Got enough for the first down. Keyshawn Johnson, by the way, going back to the last catch, 21 contested catches since the beginning of 2024. He's the Sask leader in that category.
I said 21. I'm going to guess that one right there ranks at 1.
It's got to be right near the top, doesn't it? 1st and 10 from the Toronto 17 for Harris. Argos send 5. Trevor gets it away over the middle to the 10. Now to the 5. Look at the end zone. Got it. Touchdown.
stepping up big time here again. These underneath routes are killing Toronto right now. And this building has just been electrified. So you're going to see him right here. He's going to work up the field. Okay, settle, and just find this zone underneath. Little stretch by Kean. Inside go, gets it more deep. Trevor comes underneath. Weave makes it happen. Big moment there. And Trevor Harris is in absolute control.
What a moment for Daniel Weave. And we've got a 2-point game at Mosaic. 6 plays, 70 yards in 2 minutes.
But you got to give some love to the rookie who has a big blitz pickup.
He's handled himself well so far in this one. They're going to drive a low kick. Don't want to go anywhere near Janarian Grant. Big bounce, and it's going to be taken just inside the 5 by Isaiah Smith. Riders are down the field, and they'll gobble them up quickly, and this place erupts here at Mosaic.
The place is on fire, and that's a Regina bounce right there. It's a squib kick, and it's just hopping along the ground, and very unfortunate. The big bounce it takes is right when we're about to catch this ball. Bing! And it's just part, you know, sometimes you don't get the bounces.
Aubrey Miller with the special teams tackle. He had 5 coming in. That was the league-leading number. Give him another one here tonight. Chad Kelly gets the ball. Still 9 minutes to play in this football game.
It feels like this is an end of a game drive right here.
Works from his own 14. Has time. Finds Coatsy. Wrapped up and hammered down immediately. Marcus Sales got all of them.
I'll say this right now. If you're Josh Bell, the defensive coordinator, you don't love the points you've given up, but you do love the tenacity and the ferociousness that your defensive players are playing with. You drop 9 here, and Sales comes downhill. We talked about Ford. This is a big second down right here.
Still managed to get 3 yards out of it. 2nd and 7. Can they find 7 more? Kelly right over the middle. And that is hauled in, a crowd silencer here at Mosaic as he goes back to Mackay Polk again. 6th catch of the game for Polk.
I believe that's why they call Chad swag right there. Building's on fire. He comes in, says, I don't care. You want me to fit into a tight window? Drop back. There's that wrap. Big hit. Polk hangs onto it. This is high-level ball right now.
Toronto works from their own 35 to the running back. One hands it, held on, but wrapped up and taken down was Hicks. Once again, setting up this 2nd and 7 spot for Kelly, who's 11 yards or 8 yards away now from a 300-yard game.
Coming into the game, Kelly was number 1 in pass yards while pressured, but he was number 7 in completion percentage. So it'll be interesting what Bell dials up here. If he brings something crazy or just rushes 3.
He's 21 of 28 so far in this game. They only send the 3. Kelly's got time. What can he do with it? On the run to his right. Points down the field. Now he's going to keep it. Lunging ahead. And he's going to be marked short of the first down by about 1.5 yards.
Mike Miller decision time.
What do you do?
I go for it. I do.
Send it out the punt team.
I go for it because of how well Trevor Harris is playing and how well he has played.
That kid's all of Saskatchewan right now. They are going to kick it away. And it is Weave back waiting for it. Already has his first CFL touchdown here in the quarter. Imagine this place if he somehow found a way to take this back. Haggerty almost had one blocked earlier in the game. We'll see if he can get this one away with time. He does, no problem there. Hangs it up. Weave will take it at the 25 cleanly. And he's crunched.
You're pretty happy.
They're at 3:59 right now. The Riders are at 3:65. Harris wide open under the 20. First down and more. Ball pops out. Who's on it? The Argonauts take it away. Pickett. As the ball popped out, Pickett was there.
Pickett has a massive hit here, but you're going to see we got a clear out inside and then basically a little short in, the shin underneath. And there's the clear out, short ins there. We hit it. And you just want ball security right there. But Pickett is, oh, wow.
Jalen Johnson. Pickett.
Shot out of a cannon.
Shoulder on the ball there.
Yeah.
Kelly. Guns that one in there. Common comes up with it. Let's give you another look at that last turnover.
You feel a bit for Jalen Johnson. I just don't think he felt Pickett coming at all. He eats that hit. And Pickett's just coming with force. You said, I was looking for the Bruce Lee 6-inch punch, but it wasn't there.
No punch.
Just the shoulder did it today.
Bruce Lee regular shoulder.
Oh, man.
2nd and 2 here for Kelly. Just over 5 to play. Riders got to hold him to 3, I would think. On the ground, up the middle, pushing it ahead, and that'll be a first down. Toronto, as they put the ball into the hands of Sam Hicks.
Nice conversion there by Toronto. Just an old school kind of downhill football. I'll say this, these are situations you work on both sides of the ball. Right now, Mike Miller's going, boys, we have to score. We have to score a touchdown. We got to capitalize. Coach Bell on the other side saying, hold him to 3. Sudden change. Everything we can. Maybe bring that big blitz out, whatever it takes.
Kelly smack dab at 300 yards. He'll be looking for more. Looking for the touchdown. Got it! Touchdown, Toronto! Have yourself a day, Tyler Common.
What a sudden change here. What a dart by Chad Kelly. Common comes up, and Chad sees it right away. He knows what he wants. Again, doesn't really have to go through too much of the progression. It's hold coverage, so that is the soft spot in what's called cover 3 hold. Chad identifies it, rips it in there.
Great job, baby. Good job.
It's a big 6 points, potentially 7.
Turnover comes back to bite the Riders. Argonauts puts the Argos up by 9. 2nd touchdown of the game for Tyler Common. 4th in 3 games to start his CFL career.
And again, great play call. So here he is right here. What you're going to see is he's going to run this route here, and this defender stays low because he's got the flat. So you see Mital basically hold that low defender. He's doing that intentionally. That's exactly the right read, as that's, again, it's called 3-hold coverage. That's the soft spot, executed, perfect play call for that coverage. And Chad Kelly's fired up.
The Argos came into this game averaging 37 points per game. Hung 44 on Ottawa last week, despite having 5 turnovers in that game. And they've hung 40 on the Riders with 4 minutes to go here.
I'll tell you what's crazy about all these games is that, and this is, if you're an Argos fan, you gotta be thrilled about this. They've left points on the board.
Yes.
They have, in all 3 games, they have left points on the board even today. First drive of the game, they throw an end zone interception. Like, there's still meat on the bone. Coach Miller, what a hot start to the Mike Miller era.
Well, offensively, they are cruising along. They allow 30.5 points per game themselves, and that's a number that's going up here tonight. Over 62 points per game across the league coming into the week. We got 71 here with 4:17 to play. Argonauts hammers it away. This will be taken cleanly just inside the 15. And brought back out beyond the 35. Herlamano with the special teams tackle on Jalen Johnson, who will be looking for redemption after that fumble led directly to Toronto points.
There goes that man again, Trevor Harris. You know, not the situation he wanted to be in. But there's a reason he's been so successful in this league, as we talked about early in the game today. Tied with Henry Burris for 9th all-time in game-winning drives. He's going to need 2 drives here.
2 fourth-quarter comebacks already this season for Harris. but they need to score twice. Harris under pressure on the run, got it away as he was taken down, but it's incomplete.
Second 10. Second 10, let's go.
And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Second 10, let's go.
You don't see Trevor get out on the run very often.
No. Kind of asking, I agree with the no call there. I do. You know, he might have made an appeal, but I think the official got that correct.
Come on, boys.
2nd, and they need it all. From their own 37. Harris gets it away, broken up. Oh, he was looking for Schaefer Baker, and James Caesar was there again. We talked about this guy a ton tonight.
Yeah, he's been all over the place here, and it's that wrap concept we keep talking about, and Trevor's got him. We're going to watch this here as we roll. He just shoots it. So Trevor goes, he's looking left, and then boom, we recognize the concept, almost picks it off. Talk about putting your foot in the ground and making a play. Quick 2 and out.
Caesar has 3 knockdown / pass breakups tonight. He had 2 coming in to this game already this season, so making things work from the secondary for Toronto. Trailing by 9 with 3 to play. The Riders will kick it away, but whistles do fly. There's a flag way back down inside the 10-yard line of the Argonauts.
Time count violation. Saskatchewan, number 91. It's 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down. This is a 3-minute warning.
We have hit the final 3 minutes here at Mosaic. Toronto in the driver's seat right now on a fired-up edition of Friday Night Football. They lead 40-31 with 3 to go.
This is not the 3-minute warning. There's
Psych! It's not the 3-minute warning.
Yeah, they rug pulled us there.
They did. Looked like it was going to be the 3-minute warning, and turns out they were just kidding us. So they'll kick this away. Then we'll get to the 3-minute warning. Janarian Grant waiting. This would be a real dagger to the Riders. He's already got 1 punt return tonight. 14 total kick returns, 3rd all time in the CFL. He's got a long way to go to catch Gizmo's at 31. That was a cheat code. Here's Grant, end over end kick. Grant grabs it on the run and will run right out of bounds just outside his own 25-yard line. Riders defense is going to have to step up big here as we officially hit the 3-minute warning for real this time at Mosaic on Friday night. For 1 tackle will be good news for the Riders defense because they got to get a stop in a hurry here, and they're able to take down Hicks for maybe a
timeout. Saskatchewan.
Now the Riders will call a timeout. Got to get a stop right here.
Yeah,
this is it. You got to get the stop. I know there's still 2:51 left, but
you down this. And if you're the Argos right now, there are rules in this situation where if you get the 1st down, that's obviously most important. But stay in bounds. Stay in bounds. I know you got a 9-point lead, but you never know, Dustin. Okay, every second matters.
Look after the football as well if you're Toronto. Started the season with a loss. 37-30 out in Montreal. Spanked the Red Blacks last week. Lead by 9 now. Kelly to throw. Riders bring everybody. Dumps it off. A turnover late. Kelly's asking for the face mask. No flag on the field. And Saskatchewan has it.
Dustin, this is unbelievable. So you see the pressure, okay, and then the peel. Okay, and what I mean by the peel, so the rules of this, I can't believe they pulled this off because Chad Kelly did it correctly. So when you feel that pressure,
the previous play is being automatically reviewed by the replay center.
Oh, it's going to take it away.
That'll be a face mask then for sure.
Brooks Jr. here, it's called a peel technique, so he's coming on the blitz, and I still got to highlight even though it's a face mask. And he sees the back release. the athleticism you need to be able to stop on a dime and make that play. It's unfortunate that the end of it, he grabbed his face mask, because that was...
So under 3 minutes, the replay center can step in and review when a major foul causes a turnover, which is the exact situation we're talking about right now. And that is a major buzzkill here at Mosaic. It was clearly a face mask that was missed by the officials on the field.
Yeah, I'm sick to my stomach for Brooks Jr. because that was a special play.
Didn't have to do it either, right? That's
no.
the thing.
I mean, there it is.
Hey, offense, we won!
All right, we have the official call. Let's send it down to the field.
The previous play was automatically reviewed by the replay center because of a major foul that caused a turnover. As a result, we had face masks against Saskatchewan number 5. We're going to go up 15 yards and an automatic first down for Toronto.
A backbreaker for the Riders. Here's one last look at it. Reaching out, fingers into the face mask. Slow 6 down. Ball pops out.
How about Javon Campbell coming in, jarring that ball loose?
Oh, yeah. He was hitting with a purpose there.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
So after all of that, instead of the turnover, it's an Argos first down on the 42. And Chad Kelly will have another chance to maybe seal this thing away. And the Riders defense come up with something else here. A little special. Kelly's 23 of 30 for 321 yards. 2 touchdowns and an interception, has a rushing touchdown as well. What he wants to do is seal away the victory. On the ground, they'll hand it off. Short gain. And he tucked it into the belly of the 6'1", 230 running back, Isaiah Smith.
Dustin, you said it earlier. After that first play, 61-yard long by Hicks, this Argos run game has practically gotten nothing on the ground.
Since Hicks had a 61-yarder, he's had 16 yards. And Smith has had 9. So the Riders front, we talked about them coming in. I mean, that's one of the best defensive lines in the entire league. But it's still a team that surrendered 40 so far. 2nd and 8. On the ground again. And once again, driven back with 2:17 on the clock. Jameer Thurman in the middle of that defense and in the middle of that stop for the Riders.
I would say if there's one thing Mike Miller's going to be a little upset about with his offense, it has been the run game tonight. Obviously, you're not upset about much when you hang 40 and you have the numbers that they have. But I do think that'll be a point of emphasis going forward.
Haggerty stands on his own 30-yard line. Can the Riders get there? No, he gets it away clean. It's a good kick, too. It's going to force Reeve way back. Takes it at the 10. Nowhere to go on the near sideline. He's wrapped up and driven back. And it'll be a long field for Trevor Harris and the Saskatchewan offense.
Heck of a punt right there. Heck of a punt. Into the wind as well.
57-yarder from Haggerty into the wind.
I'm not a big special teams. I don't like giving kickers flowers, but when it's due, it's due.
Hey, you got to call it how it is.
No doubt.
Well, yeah, because that was from his 30. And the Riders are starting on the 10. No return there either. Good coverage down the field by the cover team. For Toronto, does Harris have some sort of trick up his sleeve here? Starts it with an incompletion. Oh, Keyshawn Johnson would certainly want that one back.
I definitely think he's going to, because Benji Franklin actually trips at the top of this thing. You see Franklin slip. I'm not saying he wouldn't have made the tackle, but if Johnson catches that and rolls up. Could have been a big play.
He was thinking about getting up the sideline a little too soon there, wasn't he?
A little too soon.
Couldn't haul it in cleanly. 2nd and 10 now for Harris. Deep drop. Hit as he throws. Got it away one-handed. Did you see that? Jalen Johnson reaches back, picks it out of midair.
We just both threw our hands up. We thought Trevor was just, this is a hole in the ground.
What a catch.
And he rolls with it here. Judge can't defend any better.
Harris again, near sideline. Johnson's got it. Can't get out of bounds, but he's got a first down for the Riders. Down by 9, though, you're probably going to need bigger chunks. Harris is at 350 yards. Argos will send 4. Trevor gets it away. And that one is caught by Johnson. Gets out of bounds after picking up 9.
It's unfortunate that they're down 9, because if this was a more meaningful moment, this is up there with one of the best catches of the year.
To spin like out of it, and then keep going for a couple yards.
With Judge on your front shoulder as well.
Let's go, D!
80 seconds to play. Riders creep towards midfield. Another pass into the hands of Johnson. That's his 8th catch of the game. And with 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock, they'll work from the Toronto 49. Harris will have 3 receivers out to his right. Johnson in the slot to his left. And there's a flag as Trevor dropped back. Discussion on the far sideline with head coach Mike Miller.
Procedure, Saskatchewan, number 67. That penalty is declined to run the clock. It'll be first down.
Dustin, there's a world here where you sneak into field goal range, you're with the win, you kick it, and save the clock.
Yeah.
You know, whoever your clock management guy is, I do think that's got to be a foul right now for Saskatchewan.
Harris once again using the sideline, and once again using Keyshawn Johnson, who's really stepped up here in the second half with Emelis out of this game.
Yeah, and Toronto's kind of giving this to them right now with a 2-possession lead. It's a clear out route on the outside, and an out-breaking stick or speed out by the number 2. And obviously Saskatchewan's having success, but like you said, Dustin, just not enough right now for the moment of the game.
Got to find 20 or 30 yards here with just 65 seconds left. Once again, exact same thing what you were talking about. They're kind of just giving it to him. Johnson will take a few more. Trevor creeps towards 400 yards, but the clock is not helping him here.
Yeah, now I will say this at this point, especially now you're on the 24. We need to start clamping up here if you're Toronto. It's one thing to give them, and then it's another to, okay, they've done it the whole way down the field. It's pitch and catch.
Argos have spread it out 10 in all 4 quarters. Harris. This time went to Jalen Johnson. 56 seconds on the clock. And it'll be a 2nd and short situation for the Riders. Harris is just 8 yards away from another 400-yard performance. Pressure coming on the run. To his right, there's a hold. Clear as day. And that one is incomplete as soon as he escaped the pocket to the right. A hold on the play, and that's going to back him up.
looked like there was a little bit of hope.
Holding, Saskatchewan, number 63. It's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
A little bit of hope, you know, if they take a shot there and score, but this is as blatant as a hold comes. You're going to see it on the right side of your screen. Right here as Trevor leaves the pocket.
Not going to get away with that one.
No, right in front of the official.
.46 seconds left to go here in the fourth. The Riders opening up the season with wins over BC and Calgary so far. Chad Kelly, 9-1 in his career versus the West. Looking to take it to 10-1. Harris quickly inside the 20. That's not going to be enough for a first down. 40 seconds on the clock, and they will bring out the field goal team and get the 3 to pull it within 6, and then attempt an onside kick.
Again, hindsight's 20/20. There is a school of thought. I actually don't abide by it, where you take the 3 right away.
25 seconds ago.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you save some time.
Hale to make it a one-score game, and he will do his job with 34 seconds on the clock. The Riders trail 40-34. Time to get to Wilson's game ball.
And it's got to be Chad Kelly. He's 23 of 30 for 321, 2 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown, 4-15. He obviously threw the ball very well tonight, but for me, what really stuck out was the off-schedule, off-script style of plays, where he just made plays, got everyone right, played above the call. Outside of the first drive, had a tremendous night in a tough environment.
Yep.
Tough environment, Dustin. And I think what sticks out to me the most is how resilient and just the mindset of playing that position. Okay, I threw an interception early. Shake it off. We're still throwing. Okay, I missed a couple go balls, you know, in the second half. No problem. I'm going to come out here later on. Finds Common on a great seam on that cover 3 hole. Like, he's a next play guy. Coach Miller speaks extremely high about him, and he said before the game he's seeing the field really well, and he did again tonight.
Excellent performance after that early interception. He's 3-0 against the Riders in his career as well, beating 3 different quarterbacks along the way. Onside kick for Saskatchewan. Can they get it back and give themselves a chance? And a whistle just as Hale was about to step into that one, and a timeout called
Toronto.
by Toronto.
I'll tell you, Dustin, I know it seems calm, but if you're one of these catch guys, which I was at one point in my life, the heartbeat is going a little bit. The heartbeat is a little elevated right now. You really need the guys on that front line to trust the situation. And what I mean by that is, don't try and catch the ball. Don't get in my way. Do your count. So these frontline guys, and you'll see some bigger bodies in there. There's a couple D linemen. They're there to take out the widest guys right down the line. Block your man so it's an easy catch.
Hale drives it low, bouncing around. Who's on it? The Riders look for it, but the Argos have it. Oh, they had a shot at it, didn't they?
They did, and this is what I'm saying. If you're not the catch guy, don't try and catch it. It's the cardinal sin. If you're a frontline guy, you're not supposed to be the catch guy. But time and time again, it'll last forever in the game of football. The frontline guys, and it's Pickett here. And that's why we don't want you catching it. You got Coxie, you got Mittal. Those are your hands, guys.
They're waiting for it.
Correct. That's their job. Nice kick, though.
Gave him a chance, but it's not going to be enough in the end as Chad Kelly and the Argos make it 2 in a row, improve to 2-1. And the Riders suffer their first loss of the season. But what a game.
What a game. And I'll say this about this man right here. Everyone wrote this team off, and Mike Miller has come in and already changed the culture. I'm saying it after 4 weeks in 3 games with Toronto Argos. This team is humming right now.